Hey everyone, Irit here with a new process video for HipKit Club, and today is Mixed Media Monday and I created this layout and I think I kept everything, all the mess ups and how it all came together. I think I kept it in the video. So I have to say that this time was especially challenging for some reason. I'm not sure why, but yeah, it took me quite a while to get to a place that I was happy with. But I am totally for you know, keep going until you're excited about what you're doing. So it started out with this piece of white cardstock, which is not going to make it to the final layout. But since this is a Mixed Media Monday, I knew I wanted to use some of the mists that came in the March color kit. Everything I'm using is from the March kits. You can find all the details on the HipKit Club website, and you can see also what I am playing with in the unboxing video on my channel. So yeah, I knew I wanted to do that, and I started with this really super simple background, which I love how it looks. I love that whole watercolor stained look, but I think one thing that really I found it ridiculously challenging was using a vertical photo, so like a portrait photo, when I'm almost always I use landscape photos or square photos, or I use more than one, and I usually will put them next to each other. So I don't know, this was such a weird size for me to work with, and for some reason the whole design was a bit more like it didn't just come together as fast as it usually does for me. But yeah, that's okay. My theme today is birthday. Did I say that? So it's birthday, and I was looking through my photos. You know, I have a box of photos that I've printed in the last years, and I found this adorable photo of Ella, my eldest, and she is 6 in that photo. It was a 6th birthday in the kindergarten, and it was actually her last birthday. She was born in July, and it was her last birthday in the kindergarten before going to school, and also her last birthday as an only child, because I gave birth to Lily a few months after that. So I thought it was interesting to document that. I'm not actually sure. I don't think I scrapbooked that photo at the time. I don't know. It was 3.5 years ago, and I have the memory of a piece of toast. So who knows? But yeah, I also added some splatters of this gorgeous minty color that we got. The Lindy's Stamp Gang mists, if you're not familiar, they have a lot of products. I think their first and, like, you know, flagship flag product, is that a way of saying it? I know there's like flagship stores, but anyway, they started with mists, and I actually have a ton of these mists that I got years ago, and they all still work perfectly. And yeah, I highly recommend them if you want to try some great mists. Then you can pick up the color kit. And next month we have another one of their products, which is more, I think it's like a powder, and that gives you the possibility of mixing it with other mediums, water or matte medium or whatever. Okay, so I wasn't too happy with what was going on before, so I was actually inspired by that crate paper, pattern paper that I was fussy cutting just a moment ago, to create this design of, yeah, you can see actually some pieces of that paper right next to my scissors there. Now I moved them, but with that idea of like this, I don't know, parasol type of sunburst design. And I just used the 2 pieces of dark cardstock from the cardstock kit because I know I'm not going to use that color. It's too dark for me. You can use, you know, just any scrap papers, and it's very easy to create such fun designs. You really don't need a stencil. You can just use what you have on hand. You could also create some fun stuff with the doilies that come in the color kit. Anyway, I wanted to get that more layered look, so I waited for things to be somewhat dry, and then I went in again with kind of another layer, and that just gives it a much more interesting look than it did before I added them, and gives it some more depth, and I really like how that looks. So this I was happy with. I think I could have left it also like this, even though it doesn't look super balanced to me right now. You could do like a complete circle on your whole page, like starting from somewhere in the middle. But I wanted this more kind of, you know, like this offside or from the middle type of design. And I knew I was going to cut it actually when I already sprayed it. This was my plan. But I wasn't sure about exactly like the scale and the measurements, and that's why I keep trimming it down, because on one hand I really like how it looks and I don't want to lose too much of it, but then on the other hand I want it to look nice and balanced and everything. So there we go. I took a fresh piece of white cardstock and now I'm happy with how it looks. And what I'm going to do now off camera is to add some stitches, again, kind of mimicking that, that pattern paper. It has these lines in darker colors, so that's what I'm going to try and achieve with some stitching. And I'm going to use black and white thread. And I think it makes such a difference. I mean, look at that. It just looks so much more detailed and, I don't know, intentional, and like the whole thing is a part of a design instead of just this piece of paper cut in a somewhat circular shape and glued to another piece of paper. So for me, I think that made all the difference. And basically now I'm just going to embellish my page, and I'm mostly going to use these circles from that Great Paper pattern paper, which you can see now, it's on the left side of the screen, and some of the florals also from the embellishments, but also I fussy cut some from another Great Paper because they're just so beautiful and they are begging to be cut. So yeah, I had to do that. And this crown, I don't know if that was such a good decision, but for some reason I was totally set on it, and yeah, it's gonna make it to the page, and I think it looks cute. I think it's a really cute element. I added some stitching around it just to give it a bit more like a finished look and not just a piece of a very you know, oddly shaped hand cut out crown. So I think it looks cute at the end. And I'm going to add these like jewel stones that we got from Doodlebug. I'm going to add them to the top of the crown a bit later. I thought about adding the doily, but I think, did I add it at the end? I don't know, we shall see. So for my title, I considered adding it like this, which I do like. I do like it on that stitch line, but the reason that I don't end up going with that is because I didn't like so much that exposed round edge of my pink paper. So I just decided to move the title there, but not because I didn't like it on that stitch diagonal line. I actually thought that looks really good. And I'm going to title it Sweet 6, like Sweet 16, only she's 6 and not 16. But I don't know, I thought those black letters, I mean, now that I'm looking at it on screen, I think it looks good, but when I was making it, I thought it was looking a bit too harsh, and everything else was kind of light and bright, and this was like just a bit too harsh. So I'm going to end up switching that around. At the beginning I'm going to add just the number 6, and then it's going to look a bit sad to me, so I'm going to use the pink thickers from Heidi Swap that we got in the kits and spell the word 6. That will come a bit later. And then with the embellishing, I just had fun, and I started layering more and more, and some more flowers joined, and some more of these little round, I don't know, I'm going to call them parasols because that's what they remind me of, embellishment joined. And, you know, pretty soon things came together and started looking more detailed and embellished like I like. So I also grabbed a few chipboard pieces. They're so beautiful. The Maggie Holmes chipboard, gorgeous. And yeah, that's the paper you see on the left of the screen, that gorgeous floral. That's what I used also to fussy cut some of the shapes of the flowers and use those as embellishments. This is such a, you know, affordable way to embellish your pages because you can get a ton of flowers from one piece of paper. And yeah, so that's always a good idea. And I've seen also the other designers use a lot of the pattern papers to embellish, just because it's so effective, you know, and you don't have to. I'm always like, the floral embellishments in all the embellishment packs are the first ones to get used up. And having just a paper with a ton of them means that I don't need to, you know, think about everyone that I'm using, and I can just use a bunch of them on my layout. And I actually saw, just now I saw Christina from the design team, she used that same paper and design a gorgeous page. I think that will be up soon. So just make sure you follow all the Hip Kit Club social media. We post daily everywhere. There are posts on the blog, on YouTube, on the Facebook page, in the member forum. That's where my layouts are this month. So much inspiration. You don't have to be a subscriber to see all that stuff. We welcome everyone. You can share your layouts with us. They don't have to be with Hip Kits. That's one of the things that I really love about our member forum. It's open for everyone. It's not like a you know, just subscribers. Everyone is welcome, and I really hope to see you there. And yeah, I'm just going to keep on embellishing for another minute or so, and then you can see some photos of the finished page. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week with a new one. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you a wonderful day. Bye bye.